Oh, yes, it's a beautiful day, and indeed, it's a great day today. Welcome to the charge right here. I'm super glad that you tuned in. I'm super glad that you joined in today again to listen to what I have to share with you. My name is Coyote, and I'm super glad that you're here today. The last time I was here, I started off on a series called The Four Tests of Discipline. And the first test of discipline is doing what you said you will do. We took time to explain why it is important to do all that you said you will do. Now, moving on to the second test of discipline is the test of delayed gratification. And I know that a lot has been said about delayed gratification, but it's important again to remind ourselves why we need to put ourselves in a position where we can delay impulsive gratification. Delayed gratification simply means that you have to weigh between the options. Which one is important for your life? The things that you can enjoy for a moment now, or putting yourself to the test, putting up yourself to endure for as long as possible for the greater things ahead. Now, this is not against enjoying the little joys of life. No, I mean that there's a big purpose for you to achieve, right? And that is how we can know if you're a disciplined person. Delayed gratification. Are you going to go and waste your life for 2 minutes, or you can endure for as long as possible to get quality, to get the best out of your life, to let excellence come out of your life? Why? Because you can stand your ground enough to say, hey, while this may be sweet for this time, I will rather wait for the big purpose, right? And I keep on remembering this research that was done a while back. It's this research where certain children were put into the room, and they were given sweets, and they were promised that whoever can stay up until about 2 hours or more, or stay some hours or more, and not take that sweet, will get something even bigger. Children, and of course we all know how children can be when it comes to sweets and the little treats of around us, right? And they were there, and just few kids were able to stay through the process. And it was discovered when they took time to study those children, the ones that delayed gratification. They studied them and they realized that they were doing much better than those that were there. Now, this is not to condemn anything. This is just to show why it's important to be able to endure for the greater purpose. That is why I know that someone is disciplined. When someone is telling me that they are disciplined, or I'm trying to test if someone is disciplined, I'm looking at how they go about the little things of life. I'm looking at how far they can endure for something much greater, for something much bigger for their lives. And I want to remind you that there's a higher purpose for your life. Yes, there is a higher purpose for your life. And if only you can endure for that one, if only you can endure through the process that will get you there. Delayed gratification can also mean that you don't do shortcuts. Would you rather want to go through this shortcut because it gets you this small result, or you would rather endure through this process to get the bigger results that you desire? That is how we can tell if and when someone is disciplined. And the interesting thing above all of these things is that there's a higher purpose, like I said, and that's one of the things that can actually drive you. If there is no higher purpose, if you've not been able to identify something greater than you will never find a reason to delay gratification. You will never find a reason to endure through and ensure that you stand your ground in the place of higher results. In fact, the need for discipline is the need to attain higher purpose, to obtain excellent visions, to make excellent visions come to fulfillment, right? Because you understand that for you to attain higher purpose, or to achieve something greater than you will need to pass through some things, which means that you can't do shortcuts, which means that you can't settle for ordinary things. You will have to endure. But much more for the context of this conversation, when we are trying to see a person's discipline, we are testing their quotient or threshold for delayed gratification. Would they rather want to do 2 minutes and shortcut things that get them little results, or even negative results? Because we've seen stories of how someone in a split second, just in a moment, or just in a 2 minutes, 3 minutes gratification, they lose it all. But when we look at someone and we can see how this person is always standing their ground for a higher purpose, they're standing their ground to achieve something beyond them, we can tell indeed that they are disciplined. And it is my hope that you will take all of these with you and make good with it. Thank you for joining in on the charge today. See you next time.